But in 1990, this man made only 5 errors in his 1,429 total chances for a tremendous .997 fielding percentage. For his outstanding work at his first base position, he has become the first member of the Oakland Athletics in 5 years to receive the Rawlings Gold Glove Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark McGwire.
When you have the label as a home run hitter or a power hitter, people tend to just come to the ball games to watch you hit home runs, and I like to play defense. I think kids out there should put more emphasis on defense. You can win a ball game with your glove just as well as a bat.
Victories was the most by anyone since 1972, and most by an...
There it is, 1 every 14 at bats. This year, 0 for the month. However, he has a couple of bats left yet in April. He slugs it to left. This will bring Canseco home to tie the game. It's down around the corner. Newlands to Espinosa. The play to the plate. And the A's take the lead. Steinbach scores from first as McGwire nails one down the left field line. Gets this pitch over the inside part of the plate. McGwire, a tremendous low ball hitter, drives it into the corner to left field. Newlands makes a nice pickup of the ball, but Espinosa's throw is offline down the first base line just a bit, allowing...
Here we go with Mark McGwire as he steps in. You see the numbers on Figgy. 2-0, 9 saves. Corey Steinbach is first. The ball is deep in the center field. Way back. Lance on attack. Looks up. Put it on the board. 2-run home for McGwire, and the game is tied at 5. Home run number 5 for Mark McGwire. 21 RBIs. He got first pitch fastball, exactly what he was looking for, and he nailed it. Dead central, and it is tough to hit a ball out of that part of the ballpark, especially this time of night. Take a look. First pitch right down Broadway, right where he likes it, just below the belt. And he can hit that pitch a long way. That's wheelhouse. Shortstop Walter Weiss takes ball 1. Walked only 1 and has held the ball game within striking distance for, oh my gosh, forget it. Goodbye, home run, upper deck, Mark McGwire.
The Bash brothers strike tonight. Canseco, who doesn't hit many here, and McGwire, who does, pounded into the upper deck tonight.
He loves hitting at Tiger Stadium, and that's one of the reasons why. It is now a 5-2 ball game.
Now, they both had 4 home runs last week. The A's were shut out twice. 7 of his 10 hits, home runs in the month of June.
Number 12.
Check the location on the pitch, and we told you that ball's about thigh high, fastball down the middle, and he uppercuts that into the upper tank.
Deficit behind the rampaging Minnesota Twins in the West, while the Red Sox took the field tied for first in the East with the Toronto Blue Jays. Tony La Russa has had to deal with a lot of injuries this year. He's got to check his lineup every night to see who's in there. Jose Canseco in the game in the 5th inning, leading off the 5th in a 2-2 game. Don't homers look cool at Fenway Park? They zoom in on him out there as it sails out. 3-2, Oakland had the lead. After Harold Bain singled and Jose talked to the fans behind the Boston dugout, up comes Mark McGwire. Don't homers look cool at Fenway Park? 2-run shot from Mark McGwire, 5-2. Oakland had the lead. But Boston was able to come back. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning after Mike Greenwell tripled. They closed within a run. It's Tom Bernansky with a homer right at the Sitco sign in left field. Boston took the lead back 6-5. Bottom of the 7th inning.
back in it. Yeah, they're back in it at 5-2. But if they plate the base runner at second, it'll be a 2-run game. As McGwire sends one deep to left. Back it goes. Back. Gone! The A's, with 2 outs, have scored 4 runs, and it's a 5-4 ball game. No matter what stance Mark McGwire is or so, one thing has always been a constant, that he can hit a pitch on the middle or inside part of the plate. Gardner throws him just that pitch, and McGwire does what he does so well, drives it out of the ballpark. That was an off-speed pitch, whether it was a curveball that just spun up there or a changeup that just sat there. McGwire teed off on it. Home run number 18 for Mark McGwire. And swinging at the first pitch is Mike Gallego, fouling it back. So that'll make McGwire feel a little bit better, and the A's feeling a whole lot better. 3 hits against Gardner, all of them home runs. This is what we call a trend. Seiko pulling for that ball to get past Middleton, at least a little further than it did. Doesn't go far enough. It's going to wait at least another.
1-2 the count, 2 outs.
And a bomb! It's gone! And the A's win! It certainly figures that when these 2 teams get together, there's going to be a lot of balls hit for home runs. We weren't disappointed tonight. And Mark McGwire, an unlikely hero, in that he had an 0-2 count, a 1-2 count, got a fastball right over the middle of the plate and knew just what to do with it. A 3-run homer for an Oakland A's win.
So home runs tonight by McGwire, Canseco, Ricky Henderson hit 2, Tettleton, and Incaviglia. So the A's pick up a game on the Minnesota Twins, now trailed by 7, and Detroit still trails Toronto by 2.5. Blue Jays in New York go to bed. They got a day game coming up. Jerry, your final thought as we take another look at the home run.
Nothing like a home run to finish off a ball game. The fireworks happen. A good pitch right in McGwire's wheelhouse, and McGwire knows exactly what to do with it.
Paul Olden speaking for Jerry Wood. Thanks for staying with us. Good night, everybody.
Harry Steinbach at the plate.
Oh, holy cow, that hit him in the head.
Take another look at it. Steinbach tries to get out of the way, but it hits him in the flap. He would have to be carted off the field and taken to the hospital for observation. No word yet, but obviously conscious, and that was the good news. Minutes later, the A's still upset. Ricky Henderson wants a piece of everyone. Jose Canseco trying to play the peacemaker at first, and then he gets into it with Matt Marullo. They get into the wrestling match. Look at the top part of your screen, tossing each other around. Carlton Fisk, whose former manager was Tony La Russa when he was with the White Sox, they exchanged words, and it would be that kind of night for Tony La Russa. More on that later. Jamie Quirk at the plate in the 9th. Sends this one out to right field. Lance Blankenship coming in. Sosa with the throw, but he's in there sliding in, and the A's win a wild one. 3 runs in the 9th inning. 7-4 was the final in the contest. Alex Fernandez actually retired 18 straight batters before giving up a home run to Quirk. He had a solo home run and drove in that run. 2 runs batted in. Weiss also drove in 2. But following the game, A's manager Tony La Russa had a clash with AP reporter Bob Glass when Glass asked about the Steinbach beating.
I don't want to talk about that whole all right? Okay, don't yell at me. I'll yell if I want to. I'll yell back too. Get the out of there. Well, that interview's over. You don't fool it. Be a man. Be a man. The goddamn man's on the ground when the goddamn interview. Get out of here. You got about that much sense as a bunch of kid who's just born. Don't take him. Make sense of it. I'm not going to look at him. Get out. Get out. Bring your ass back in here! Get out of here! About being a goddamn human being, you don't you ever bring your ass back in
The Queen of England. I mean, I remember when I was a boy growing up in Washington going to a documentary movie at the old MacArthur Theater called The Coronation of Queen Elizabeth. And it was a hell of a big deal. And